Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Great Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Well, here it is, another Wednesday, and first I would like to give you all a reminder that the Water Lantern Festival is coming up. So make those water lanterns, and I'll talk more about the Water Lantern Festival when we get closer to the time. Now, today's subject is, with Goddess, self-reliance is key. So, to the Goddess, we should be self-reliant. And this is something that's very important to discuss. It's a very important topic, and we're going to cover it right now. So you've all heard the old saw about a man floating in a flood on a chip of wood, and he's floating there, and a ship comes by, and they say, "Hello there, can we help you, sir?" And he says, No, God will save me." And then another ship goes by, and he says, can we help you? Let's rescue you." And he says, No, God will save me." And then he drowns. And he says to God, "Why didn't you save me?" And he said, "I sent you 2 ships. Why didn't you get onto one of them?" Well, Goddess is kind of like that a little bit. She wants us to be self-reliant, and she doesn't always necessarily do things the way that we think she does. Not only does she want us to be self-reliant, but also we should be content with our world the way it is. It can be very hard being content with the world the way it is, because there's a lot of malcontent out there, and people are angry and they're stirred up. Well, if they're stirred up, they should do something positive about it rather than something negative. And just protesting isn't enough. If you want to do something positive, go out there and be the change that you want to see. So, for example, a lot of people are mad about police brutality, but they haven't tried being cops themselves. So if they're mad about police brutality, I know it's an extreme example, but they should go out and become a cop, because then they can be less brutal and show the world an example of how a cop should behave if they think they can do a better job. That's just one example. So the principle is hard to follow sometimes. It's hard for us to become a cop if we wish to see less police brutality, or become what we fear becoming most. But that is what needs to be done in order for us to make spiritual progress. And Goddess wants to see us mature, as she wants to see us become our full-fledged self. She wants to see us mature into full adulthood. And that is what she wants for us. And she doesn't want to see us backslide. She doesn't want to see us cry baby about it or whine about it. I mean, we can whine a little bit, but she doesn't want to see us whining. She doesn't want to see us crying. She doesn't want to see us us complaining. She wants us to become full adults and to become mature within ourselves, to bear the brunt of all of life's little problems. We need to learn to be strong. And um, it they say that the goddess doesn't give anyone anything they can't handle. Well, sometimes she does give people more than they can handle, but one way we can circumvent something that's too hard for us to handle is to ask for help. We can ask for help from another person, and it's all help is always open to us. It's free. It's open to everyone. Everyone can ask for help from somebody if they need help. And if no one can help you, then you can escape from the situation. You can always move away from the situation. But Goddess wants us to face our problems head on. She wants us to take on the challenges that she gives us. So maybe we think we can't handle something and we really can. Or it's maybe it's something excuse me, I have a cold. Um, Pretty bad one too. It it's if we think that we can't handle something, then we should try to start looking for solutions to our problem. Just brainstorm ideas and maybe something will come to you. But I think that asking for help from another human being is the very best solution, because if something's too much for one person to handle, sometimes several people can tackle it. Sometimes several people can take it on. So always don't be ever be afraid to ask for help. Always be open to help. And she wants us to see us become full mature adults, and to stop and asking her for things without looking for help around us. Looking for help around us where we can see a source of help that's available from another human being, or help ourselves if we can. And um, it's very important to keep in mind that our purpose for being here, one of our purposes for being here on earth, is in fact to mature into full human beings, to mature into full adulthood, and to become a mature adult is the goal. And so she wants to see us grow up. Goddess wants to see us grow up into our full mature adult selves. And she's willing to gamble on this, that we'll become full mature adults with with uh with a little help from her and our friends and our family and whoever else will help us. She wants us to see us become content with ourselves the way we are, content with what we have, our belongings, and content with the world as it is. And that can be very hard, because being content with the world as it is the hardest one, because the world is in chaos. But we have to realize that there's a reason that the world is in chaos. And that reason is that people cause havoc. They cause havoc wherever they go. It's not Goddess's fault. It's the fault of people who choose of their own free will choice to cause total havoc, total chaos. It's in their natures, and it's it's something that humans do, even when they could do differently. They could fly right and do right by themselves and others, but they don't. They and by the way, when I say right, I don't mean your right hand like this. Okay, I'm not saying use your right hand. I'm I'm a lefty myself. I'm perfectly open to left-handedness, but by right I mean good. do the good thing. And and so I believe that we can do it, that we can mature into full adulthood and become adults, and that we can become fully mature here on earth. And that is our goal. That is what we were placed here for, to become fully mature and adult like. And a lot of that is knowing good from evil. I mean, obviously, knowing good from evil, very important. It's not a sin to know good from evil. It's a boon. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to know the difference between good and evil. So to not live like an animal. So good versus evil, we have the choice. We have to make that choice every day and choose good over evil. And we have to choose to do the right thing, and to do what Goddess would hope that we would do. Goddess always wants the best for us. She always wants us to do well and excel. And just like a mother would want her child to excel, but we're adult children. We have to take responsibility for ourselves. We can't expect Goddess to hand us things on a silver platter. See, this is the way some people are. They want Goddess to solve all their problems for them, hand everything to them on a silver platter that they desire, and all of their desires fulfilled. That's what they want. That's what everybody wants. Everybody seems to want that. They all want their desires fulfilled. If you can fulfill your own desires, great. If you can't fulfill all your desires, then maybe your desires have to change. And I'm not saying that capitalism is bad, or that you shouldn't be greedy. Obviously, you shouldn't be greedy. But it's not bad to want things, but if you can't fulfill those needs yourself, or not needs but wants, if you can't fulfill those wants yourself, we need oxygen, we need water to survive. But if you can't fulfill your wants, then maybe what you want has to change. Just a suggestion, not pushing you, but just a suggestion that if you can't fulfill your own desires, then maybe your desires have to change. And it's good for us to become more calm and self composed, and to become very content with ourselves and the way we are, and with the way things are going in the world. To become content is the greatest gift we can have, and Goddess wants to give us that gift of contentment. She wants us to be content with ourselves and the world, and to not get upset or riled up about the news. See, people that watch the news, they're going to get upset and riled up every single hour of every single minute of every single day. And it's just not worth it. It's not worth getting riled up. So if the news rattles you, don't watch the news. But I suggest watching the news anyway, just because if you hear enough of it, you'll become detached. You'll become indifferent eventually. And that's what we want. We want you to become detached toward what's happening, not because we want you to be callous toward other people or indifferent to their plight, but because we want you to see things in a new light. We want you to be mature and figure out that the world isn't a perfect place, but that there's reasons why the world isn't perfect, and that everybody's karma has to be fulfilled down here. People have karma. They've done grievous things, and they need to atone. So that's one of the reasons, that's the main reason why there's so much turmoil and violence down here. And we have to, all of their karma has to be fulfilled. All of it. All of it has to be fulfilled before they can move on. So um, just take that point of view, that frame of mind that says people are fulfilling their karma. This is a person's karma being fulfilled. People are really do get their just desserts eventually, and you won't feel as bad. You still feel bad for the people. You still feel bad for them, but you won't feel as bad as you would if you knew, if you didn't know that they were fulfilling their karma. So that's it. And I hope you have a great week. Don't forget to make your water lanterns. And I'll see you next time.